from this wonderful, wet, rainy Manchester. But then what's new about that? It was actually lovely and sunny. But then I was searching about, ready to get things ready to do my video, and of course I lost this again because I still haven't fastened it to the camera or to the tripod. By the time I'd found it, it's probably a good job I was looking for it because the rain came down in torrents. It stopped now, but obviously the chairs and everything are wet through out there, so I'm indoors. I'm right next door, if you can see it, to the patio, which is got the window open, but as you can see it's very wet out there on the deck, so that's why I'm in here. Well, I'll show you my acquisitions for the day. As you know, I love anything that's Frida Kahlo, so I got myself a Frida Kahlo mug. It's a china mug. I bought it from I think it was somebody Whitstable. It's a crafty shop in Whitstable in the UK. And I also got from them a tin to keep things in. It arrived a little bit bashed up actually. It wasn't round, it was all over the place, but it was only very cheap, so I suppose I shouldn't complain. And it appears to have been, or purported to be at one time, a coffee tin. Because it's saying here, Frida Coffee, a limited edition. It says hazelnut, caramel, vanilla, chocolate and coconut. Contents £3. For best results, once the package has been opened, store in a cool and dry place. So whether they are using the tins or whether it's just a make-believe that it's once a coffee tin, don't know. Doesn't smell of coffee. I should probably use it to stick bits and pieces in. Well, my finished object is still a work in progress. I've got how much to do left. I'm on the edging. I've got just that much left to do on the edging. I've done all the way around the... Oops, let me pull a loop up so I don't lose that stitch. I've done all the way around it with the picot. I don't think on the pattern, I don't think Jeannie on the hook did the picot along the top, but I decided to do it anyway. It's sort of small if you were going to wear it as a traditional shawl, but as Jeannie wears it, she wears it, I can't do it with next, I've got my hook stuck. She wears it sort of back to front style, you know, and I thought it would be rather nice in, you know, over a black dress in the winter, or underneath a coat, just to keep. I mean, you could wear it as a shoulder shawl, but it's not the biggest. It's grown an awful lot since I blocked it, and I definitely will do it again. But I couldn't go any further because I've only got that little bit of yarn barf left to do the edging with. So it was one ball that I got given to me, I think I mentioned before, by Dawn, and it was the Hayfield Spirit, and it's got absolutely a tremendous yardage on it. It's I've ripped it right across, wouldn't you, just now. It's got 377 yards, and it's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. So I should be able to wear it because it's 80% acrylic, because you know how itchy twitchy I am with wool. But I would definitely recommend it for yardage wise. It's, you know, it works out in the UK, I think it's £4.69 or 89 or something, you know, without the postage. But honestly, I mean, for less than a fiver or whatever it will be, it's just great. You could make a shawl with it. It's wonderful. If you wanted to make a bigger shawl, of course, you'd have to use two, but it's still within reason, isn't it? Well, what the postman brought me today, oh, that's the pattern I used for the shawl, by the way. It's from Etsy and it's a paid for pattern, but she has it, well, she had it on half price when I bought it, £1.95. If you want to know the link to it, I think it's on Jeannie on the Hooks video where she's doing it. It's by Little Haven Crochet and it's called the Elena Triangle Scarf. Because it is more of a scarf than an absolute shawl. It's not really big enough for a shawl, but there's no reason why you couldn't continue if you had enough yarn. Right, what the postman brought me today was a pre-order that I ordered several months ago from Jonah. It's Hello Crochet Friends. I'm not going to show you much of it because it's more of his life story and telling how that he gets the crochet bug, and it's about his adoption and how he came to learn to do crochet because of the challenges he was having at school. And he's really just got two patterns in here, which is a dishcloth and a friendship bracelet. So it's a very interesting and very colourful book to read, but if you want to buy it for patterns, then you will be disappointed because it doesn't have them. But having said that, you know, it's got plenty of pictures of all what he has achieved. So, but if you want patterns, I suggest you follow Jonah on Jonah's hands, and he shows you how to do many, many things. But like I found this book very interesting because it's all about him and what drove him, you know, to learn to crochet, etc., etc. But if you want to buy it for lots of patterns, then you're going to be disappointed. But having said that, it's a nice and inspirational book. Yeah, he's got a dishcloth in, an Ethiopian inspired dishcloth. And he's got a friendship bracelet, which is nice for children to follow, make with their friends. It's called Let's Be Friends. So as I say, nice book, nice, what do you call them, coffee table book for other people to look at. You know, even if people don't crochet, I think they would like his little story, you know, about how he came to be in the US and everything like that. So, it's a book that's more about kids making an impact, you know, the people who produce it. Quillpublishing.com. It's Kwil, Quill Publishing. As I say, it's a kind of inspirational book, I would call it, rather than a pattern book. Right, so that's out of the way now. I have got a pattern book. I ordered this many, many months ago, but coincidentally they both came in on the same day. This one is called Crochet for Girls, and it says Zess on it. It's by Stackpole Books from Guildford in Connecticut. So it's 23 dresses and everything. Sweaters and accessories, it says. I've not really looked at it because I was reading Jonah's book before I came on. And this lady dedicates this book to her mum, which is very, very nice of her. Designs by Zess, photography by Zess, that's Z-E-S-S. So here we go. First chapter is started off on the right foot. It's got your tips, your techniques, and then it's got a page probably showing most of what's in the book. But there must be other pictures, so I'll show you the other pictures. This was I was waiting for this to come out for a long time, actually. Yeah. This is Chantilly pullover, which is nice if you've got a little girl who likes frilly bits. My niece, this little girl, would love the sweater, but I don't know whether she'd like the ruffle around the neck. She is not kind of that girly. But the sweater's very nice. What's it made from? Let's have a little look. Berger de France, Ciboulette. It says super fine weight, but I find super fine weight is a very confusing weight to me. I think super fine will be really, really thin, and then you find it's not. Oh gosh, it's got all sorts of things. Berger de France Angel, super fine weight. Maybe you do them strands together. Hook sizes, it changes for the 4, the 6 and the 8 years old. It's a 4.5mm and a 3.5mm. But if you're doing the bigger sizes, it's a 5.5 and a 4.5. Aha, yeah, the entire pattern is crocheted with 3 strands of yarn held together. I would probably find a yarn, that matched the tension with just one single thread. When I'm crocheting 3 strands together, I tend to have to keep going back because I've dropped a strand further along. So I would try it. It gives you the tension notes, I think. It gives you the gauge, yes it does. 14 double crochets and 8 rows, measures 4 by 4 inches or 10 by 10 centimetres. So I would tend to, just try some of the yarn out. Purely because I don't like crocheting 3 strands together. This next one is the bobble sweater. I have a love-hate relationship with bobbles. I love them when they're done, and I like doing one version of a bobble. But I don't like doing the one where you have to keep pulling up, and then going through them all at once. I always leave a strand behind. So I'm not sure what bobble this is. Yes, it's one of those. Insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull through the stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the stitch. Repeat this 5 times. There are now 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. Yeah, I can't pull them up far enough. I start off pulling it up, and then it goes less and less and less, and then it's so tight when I'm trying to get the hook through the bobble. There are other ways of making a bobble, so I usually use another way. If you've got a Stitches book or you've got a YouTube channel, you can easily look up the many ways you can make a bobble. So, I didn't look what this was done in, did I? Once again, it's Berger de France, lightweight yarn, and it's done on a 4mm and a 350 that's for the edgings and the ribs. So more or less it's a 4mm. And don't know what size it goes from. Sizes 4, 6, 8 and 10. I'm sure they give sizes for that somewhere in the book. Sweater, triangle sweater with fringe. Again, my little niece's daughter would like it, but she wouldn't want the fringy bit. Looks like a sort of a scarfy baby bit. Besides which, she'd probably drop her dinner all down it anyway. She's a bit like me. She loves to dress up though. She absolutely adores to dress up in something fancy. She's a real, she chooses her own clothes, which don't often go together. So she's definitely got her own sense of style, let's just say. She thinks nothing of wearing a tutu with Wellington boots, And nothing that she wears coordinates or matches. She likes to clash. That's my girl. This one's called the Empire Blouse, although it does look more like a mini dress, doesn't it? This one is, again, Berger de France. She must be sponsored by Berger. And it's on a 7mm hook, so it's quite must be quite big. It's number 4 weight, medium weight. But it shows you how to do crocheting that looks like garter stitch, so that's a nice tip. And it says, oh, this tunic can easily be extended into a dress by continuing the granite stitch until you've reached the desired length. So that's nice to know. Yeah, this one's pretty, a chevron cardigan. Well, it's more of a thicker jacket. Yeah. It's nice to wear, you know, like if you're in the car and it's not particularly cold and you don't need a jacket on. It's nice for a little kiddie, that. This seamless pattern is crocheted in one piece from the bottom to the top, with both sleeves crocheted directly onto the body. Oh, that's nice, not many seams in. Once again, Berger de France. But it's bulky weight and it's on 4mm and a 5mm. 4mm is probably for the ribbons, isn't it? They give you quite a lot of detail with each pattern, I've got to say. This is about 4 or 5 pages, which is better, you know, if you're not sure. You've got loads of pages to look at, haven't you? This one's a tricoloured striped sweater. I do like crochet that's got a texture to it rather than just lacy, especially for children, because they don't always want lacy, do they? It's worked in one piece from the bottom to the top with no seaming on the sides. It's based on a double crochet but with some texture. It's nice and stretchy, relaxed fit, full sleeves gathering at the bottom with snug cuffs. Guess what it's done in? Berger de France. It's number 4 medium weight, so you could use an alternative, couldn't you? And it's on a 550 hook. Again, it's 4, 6, 8 and 10, the sizes. I'm sure there must be some inch sizes somewhere. This is pretty for someone. It's called a mohair cardigan. Now, I know that my great niece wouldn't wear mohair because she'd be itchy twitchy, but I'm sure you could substitute something. Yeah, it's a number 4 weight, so you wouldn't have to use anything that was too twitchy. It's on a 550, is it? Oh, that was a 350. That would be a bit stiff, wouldn't it, if it was a number 4 weight? If it was on a 3.5. I'd have to do some adjustments on that one, I'm sorry, but I don't want it that tight. This one is a capelet. It's, it said this pretty cape is super powered. It warms children who are well behaved or not. Again, it's Berger de France and it's on a 450 and a 550 hook. Number 4 weight. That's more like it. You don't want a 350, do you, for medium weight? Heathered shepherd's vest with bubbles. We're back to the bubbles again. I would do bubbles my own way. That's not to say you don't do bubbles the same way as the pattern. It says it's number 3 weight, this one, but it's on a 4.5mm hook. Pinafore dress. That one's a retro skirt. Oh, that's a very flouncy skirt, isn't it? So a full circle skirt, that one. Gosh, that would take quite a bit of crochet, wouldn't it? It's done in number 3 weight on a 4mm hook. Spring dress. yarns in this book, isn't there? That one's done in a fine weight on a 3.5 hook. Yeah, that's the kind of hook I would imagine for a fine yarn. A pointed bonnet, that's done in a zigzag stitch. Oops, can you see? Not sure where I'm pointing it. It's like the old-fashioned poke bonnet we used to wear when we were kids. That one's a pink bonnet. All-in-one bobble hood cowl. That's quite a nice design if it's really cold, and it keeps the neck warm, the head warm and everything warm. You live somewhere cold in the winter. That's a pretty collar done in two designs, you know, three coloured one or single colour. It's a nice way to jazz up a perfectly plain little dress. Leg warmers. They're ideal if your child goes to ballet or anything like that. A house purse. It's meant to look like a little house, but it's a purse. My great niece is into purses. She absolutely loves bags of any description. That's a teddy bear bag. That's a cactus brooch. I think that's about it. Oh no, it's not. We've got the watermelon pouch, you know, for the coloured pencils and things. And then we've got the triangle necklace. I've never tried a crochet necklace. I don't know whether any of you have. And then we're at the end of the book. So it's called Crochet for Girls, and it's by Zess, Z-E-S-S. I got mine from Amazon, but of course you may find it cheaper. Gosh, it says $24.95. I know I didn't pay anywhere near that. I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have paid that much. Yeah. There's no way. We were discussing that this morning, Kelly and I. Oh, by the way, she's put a gorgeous top on her Etsy today that she's freestyled. And it's really pretty. There's a link to it on my Urban Gypsy page. I still have not taken any photographs or opened my account on Sonia Jones's page. It's called Hippie Life. She's opening up a web selling page. But I still haven't got around to it. Sorry, Sonia, I will do. I've just been so... I don't know what's wrong with me. Really don't know. Today I got my card out, ready to go to the opticians. Bear in mind I only made this appointment on Tuesday. Gets my card out to see what time this afternoon I'm going. It was this morning. That's how bad my brain is lately. It just doesn't retain anything. I'm very, very lacking in... Oh, I don't know. Old age, fibro fog, arthritis fog, general fog. I have no idea. No idea. But still. Anyway, I'm going to leave you on this happy Thursday. I just thought I'd come on and show you what I've been buying. Have a drink of my nice coffee before it goes cold. In my Frida Kahlo cup. I was thinking of making myself one of those, you know, the Frida Kahlo jackets like I made and sold. Luckily, sold both of them. Because I really did like it. It wasn't my size, that's why it got sold. I wasn't going to stretch it out by squashing into it, if you know what I mean. I would prefer like to make another one that is my size. And also I think I would like it a bit longer, although quite how I'm going to do that I don't really know, because it's a set style, set size for the pattern. By making it longer you sort of alter all the kind of logistics of it. I mean, people have asked me, can I make it smaller, can I make it longer, can I make it bigger, you know, it just kind of is, it's just one size fits all on the pattern. And if one size doesn't fit all, it's it's hard to amend it without sort of throwing the whole balance of it out of, you know, kind of out of flunter. I'm all for things looking aesthetically nice, you know, as they're supposed to look like. You start adding a few, you know, a few inches on the bottom of it, it spoils the line, doesn't it? So I'll have to think of some other way of doing it. I'm sure I'll come up with an idea eventually. I'm far better at doing things my way, you know what I'm like. I know I aggravate people when I say, oh yeah, I did this, but I did it myself. Because that's the way I see things, is I see things and I crochet things, and I don't always follow a pattern. I may see something on a YouTube video that I like, but I might take the idea of that and transpose it into something else. I suppose I try to make my garments more individual. You know, something that someone would want to buy, because it's not a pattern that is freely available. So if they buy it, they're buying a unique design, they're buying a one-off or something like that. Maybe it's just me being big-headed thinking I know better. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to... Oh, I've lost my little zapper again. Oh, here it is. I'm going to have to fasten this thing onto the tripod. Spent about 10 minutes looking for it before. So I shall speak to you all very soon. Hopefully, when I've decided what I'm going to crochet next. So happy Thursday, happy crocheting, happy crafting, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.